Hi, you guys. So I just had this really unfortunate experience where I wrote for 2 hours, like this whole protocol of what we were going to do as it related to seeing patients and filling medications and blah, blah, blah. And the phone was like, you have 20% remaining. And then it's like, you have 10% remaining. And I was like, listen, phone, this is more important than what's remaining. And then it turned off and I lost everything. And my thumbs are too tired to type it again. And so I figured out this way. If you press a button on the phone, you can talk instead of writing, which is so much easier. Okay, so 4 topics. Topic number 1, as it relates to the... Hold on, I gotta turn off this. We're in the control room. I'm keeping it, hold on. Buffering, stand by. I hope I can edit this and you don't have to see all this. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, 4 important topics. Topic number 1, wellness visits. Implicit in the term wellness visit is we're going to check them out. We're going to say, yep, looks good, and send them on their way. These, as we want to limit exposure of humans, not only to humans, but to surfaces that humans have been in contact with. It's really important that we are very careful in the patients that we expose our staff to, and the owners that our staff expose. You know what I'm saying. We want to keep people healthy, and so let's make a concerted effort as a community to only seek veterinary care if you really feel you need it, and if you have a pet that's up to date and just needs some preventatives, etc., certainly we can provide that. As it relates to vaccine appointments, there are local emergency clinics. Lakeshore Veterinary Specialists, I do believe, has vaccines in stock. If we're in the midst of a booster series, blah, it's getting very long and boring, and it's just begun. To summarize, point number 1, use discretion. If you don't really need to get in, just hang out at your house and watch this all go down. Go down in a positive way. So, other things to discuss. Point number 2 is, if you do have a sick pet and you would like to be seen, I want you to send us an email, drnoah@drnoahsark.com. Dr. Noah at drnoahsark.com. It's incredibly long. I wouldn't have picked it. Wasn't my choice. So email us in the subject line. I want you to put urgent. We're going to have people that are constantly going through the emails, and if they see that urgent one, they're going to think, wow, that's urgent. So, mark it urgent. If you say, hey, Binky is due for her wellness and I want to get her in, and I recognize there's a pandemic and I got to stay here at the nursing home, but I'd like to get her in and I don't want to forget, you can send us an email and you can say not urgent in the title. So when we get these messages marked urgent, you will, as soon as we possibly can, get a phone call so we can talk it through with you. It'll be triaged ultimately to a doctor, and we will get you into the parking lot, and in a, like, you remember at the end of E.T. when they have like the tunnel? It's gonna be like that. So it's not really. So you'll wait in your car. We'll come out and get Fifi, go into the clinic, do our thing. Throughout, we'll communicate on the phone. We can even FaceTime like this. And in that way, be able to effectively communicate our plan, the costs associated with it, the different options that you have, and then be able to educate such that we can make an informed decision together as a team. And then we'll bring that sweetie pie back to you and give a smack on the tush to Fifi. And you guys will be on your way without any human-to-human contact or surface contact. So, option number 3 is if there is a bleeding, screaming emergency. I mean, if it's really like, oh, the dog's not breathing, you're like, she's been real stiff for about a week and there's been some flies, and if there's an emergency, go to the emergency clinic. Lakeshore Veterinary Specialists, the Wisconsin Veterinary Referral Center, both really good places to go. The last thing that I'll say, which is a very important thing, and maybe the most important thing, listen closely. I don't know what's going to happen as it relates to the supply chain of medicines. I want to be able to ration these things so it doesn't turn into the great toilet paper crisis of 2020. I don't want to give all the thyroid meds to Oscar. The idea being, if you have a pet that's on a medication that they take daily, we want to make sure that you have a month's worth of it. And if you have some great plan to like go off the grid and you need more than 1 month's worth, I'll do my best to accommodate you. That goes for prescription diets, urinary diets or liver diets, foods that are prescription. We're going to also want to be able to provide you with at least a month's worth of that. These things I've ordered as much as I could in an effort to provide you guys with as much as I can. And the way we'll do that is we'll have you, same as with a sick pet visit, is we'll just bring it out to the car. We can even leave it like on the curb and run. And we'll wipe things down with, we got all kinds of fancy crap. It's a vet clinic, So those are my points. This is nice that we got to talk so often just with the thumbs. These little guys, these little thumbs do all the work. So I hope you guys are hanging in there. I know this is bizarre and scary time. I think the scary part for me is the uncertainty of it. How severe is this going to be? How long are we going to be quarantined? How are we going to maintain our living? What gives me comfort is that we're all in this boat. And because of that, we all have to come together apart, come together far apart. And I think it's an opportunity, not just within our communities, but internationally, the people of the world realizing that we all can get the same disease and suffer the same suffering and feel the same about our friends and family, and So let's glean what wisdom we can from this, and stay positive. And I could talk forever. This is dangerous. I should stop this. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.